Hey y'all, Jessica at Pretty Prints and Paper. Today I am talking to you about 5 more ways to use your bullet journal as a way to manage your anxiety. I have another video a while ago about how to manage anxiety in your bullet journal. Check that out for some of my original tips and collection ideas. Today I have 5 more, plus 1. So as I have experimented, these are things that have worked for me, and maybe it'll give you some ideas to try and tweak for what works for you. I have had awesome support from therapists and my friends and family, and so I hope that you also have that as well. And I will dive right into it. You might be familiar with my weekly log. I, for now, have been using the left side for the work week and the right side for tasks, and I'm using the weekly task log the way that Blue Lahi uses the task log, so I can do 2 things. I can do habits, and then I can do tasks that fall under a specific day just by drawing the box underneath that specific day. So the first thing that I do is I use these habit boxes to track when I take my meds. So every day I can mark off when I've taken my meds here. And then another one of my tips and tricks is using the right side of these boxes for some journaling. So I do this with gratitude and moments that I want to remember, so funny things that happen throughout the day or whatever stands out. But then I also have been using it as a log of ways that I have gotten through moments of anxiousness. So I do yoga, and there is a mudra that my friend told me about, where you basically have your hands interlaced and set on your chest. And this means unwavering sense of confidence in self. And it's represented by a thunderbolt. So I have been using a lightning bolt thunderbolt symbol to signify how I am working to having unwavering confidence in myself. So I use a little thunderbolt in my journal also to mark when I have actively thought about how to move through moments of anxiety. And so that comes up here and just throughout here, sprinkled amongst some other things. So I log a couple things on my right hand side, and I use that as a way to track, like, wow, these are the moments that have gotten me through. These are the strategies that have worked. And so I can look back and understand how I am managing in those moments. So try that. Some of the other things, and I'm only going to show you headers because I'm not going to show you my actual journaling on these pieces. I hope you understand that, but I have 3 different collection ideas. And so the first one is a moment log. And for me, I'm a deep reflector and I want to know why things are happening. I think that's partly the root of my anxiety, is I want to make sense of everything that's happening. So I started using a moment log, and I will write down the date and describe the moment that I'm in. So either something that has tripped me up and has caused me anxiety, or for me to spin or whatever, or I describe what I'm spinning about. And then I use this arrow to signify, okay, so this moment leads me to think these certain thoughts. So sometimes those thoughts are, oh my God, did I totally mess up in that moment with a friend? Did I say the wrong thing? And then, or am I good at my job? All those things, and writing it down, like, where is that taking me? And then here's that thunderbolt again, thinking about, okay, what are the facts? What do I know? And try to bring myself down from my interpretations, because there are other things that I know in place of that feeling, right? That, okay, no, my boss just told me I did a good job on this, and what are those thoughts that can counteract those thoughts? Or I write down, like, what helped me distract myself from having those thoughts. Logging those down, and sometimes it helps, and sometimes maybe it won't, because, you know, it's not a rational thing, right? But I think being able to acknowledge it and write it down, for me, at least brings me physically into my hands, into my notebook, and not focus so much on what's going on in my head. And that brings me to another collection that I have called Facts Over Feelings. And I have one written down, and I also have one in my phone because I want that available to me anytime that, and I'm usually with my phone. So facts over feeling, I was talking to someone about how we get swept up in feelings, and when anxiety strikes, for me, I am all feeling, and it runs in my head as all of these irrational thoughts, and it takes me into just like hard places, and I have to counteract that with other things that bring me into things that are real. And some of that is doing some of those strategies for me, like getting present to the physical environment that I'm in. What can I see? What can I hear? And the breathing and all that to get me out of my head and into my body. And then there's other things that help, where I have written down maybe some words that people have told me, or things I know to be true, or things that I know to be true in one moment, and I want to write it down so that I can remember it's still true the next day or in these moments. So I try to write those down as well. So maybe it's, you know, certain words, certain accomplishments that I've felt, or moments that I am like, yeah, I am good at this. Or my friends love me for all that I am, and with the mess and all that stuff. So whenever people message me things, I will write those things down too. The other one is a happy log, and this one I need to use more, and not to be confused with what I do on a daily basis, which is that gratitude log, but I want to start writing down the moments that I am feeling a source of contentment or fulfillment, or feeling that sense of aliveness. And what am I doing in that time? Who am I with? Where am I? And I think that will help me set myself up to do those things more, and keep those things in mind when I think about next steps. How do I create an environment that facilitates more of that contentedness, and be with people that spark that contentedness, so I can actively create that in my life? Those are a couple of my bullet journal collections. And then the other thing, the +1 tip, is that on my Spotify account, I have a playlist that I can listen to that has music that completely consumes me. And I'm such a music person, so I play this music so that I can get out of my head and into my body, and I start dancing around in my apartment, and I really do. I dance around in my underwear in my apartment all the time, and it gets me out of bed, and it's usually fun jams or just really beautiful, complex music. And so I put all those songs into Spotify, and I can share a couple of those songs with you. But right now, my jam is Neo, Another Love Song. Just listen to it once and try not to dance. It is so contagious, and it completely brings me joy, and I can dance around and forget whatever it is I was just doing. So I also use music as a way to transport me back into my body and out of my head. These are some of the things that have worked for me. I know that y'all have stuff that's worked for you, and I'm so thankful for all the support that you've been sending me. I've gotten your emails, and even if I haven't replied yet, I'm drowning at work. So I'm trying to get back to all of you. You've sent me some amazing messages, and I'm so grateful for every single one. Share with me what's been working for you in the comments below, because other people are going through this too, and it's like 1 out of every 3 people that live with some kind of mental illness, and we're not alone. So leave a message below with your thoughts or ideas that you've used. Maybe someone else can use it too. You can email me at jessica@prettyprintsandpaper.com as well if you want to send a message privately. But if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share, whatever. I just hope that you enjoy it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.